Advocate Maleka, it's very nice to see you without being briefed. Because when you're on brief, you're always in a hurry. So it's rather nice to see you in this relaxed environment. And I feel like your task this evening is rather a difficult one. And it's difficult because for those that already know the retired Deputy Chief Justice, we want to see how you would describe him so we can stand on that description. Because like I said before, I consider him a revolutionary. But I want to see what you're going to say. I'm also very honored to be in the same room with the man who was in prison with Robert Mangaliso Sombukwe, because I want to tap in that kind of wisdom. So Advocate Maleka, I'm going to give you the floor to introduce to us our guest speaker for this evening.
Mine is a fairly straightforward task this early evening. And matters become much straightforward because where we come from, load shedding would remind you that you don't have all the time in the world. I remember not so long ago we were here celebrating this wonderful premise in office and the achievement of CISA. And I started off by acknowledging Lovisa. Lovisa, it's good to see you again. And the family is growing. And CISA is doing his job. I remember we spent a very wonderful time in Cape Town with the young kids. They were young. I don't think they remember who was in their lovely company at that point in time. But again, thanks for welcoming us. I think that even if I'm short today, I do not risk losing a client because I have said less than what the cost demands. And mine is to introduce the Deputy Chief Justice, Mr. Maleka, in retirement. Back home, we have a constant refrain when we introduce him in public. It is the fact that he is a Chief Justice we deserved, but never had. And despite the fact that he was not a Chief Justice entitled, he continued to serve our nation faithfully, as any other Chief Justice, in fact, would be. I'm not going to repeat what has been said about him in public, because he thought it wise and obvious for him to set the public record straight about who he is, where he comes from, what he stands for, and how he hopes the African continent, by and large, frees itself from the scourge of colonialism and racism. I commend that you read his own account in 2 books or memoirs that he has written. It is out there, and it was quite fitting for us when we accompanied him this afternoon to go and meet the Chief Justice, my own liberator and all rise. Very few people have an opportunity to put the public record straight about who they are and where they come from. And so the 3 things that I'd like to say about our Chief Justice is that he is a transformative agent. If you look at what he has done over the years, as a young activist, as a prisoner, as a lawyer, as a businessman, and as a judge. He has always advocated for transformative jurisprudence. I invite you to look at the many judgments that he has read, groundbreaking as they are, simply to invite all concerned in society to take the path of transforming our lot and make yesterday's worse tomorrow's better. I have had the privilege of sharing some common relationship with our Chief Justice over 3 decades. And it has been a wonderful learning lesson for me. And I really feel proud to tell the world that he is my mentor. And what I've learned about him with respect to his personal attributes are these. First, he is a man who celebrates achievement as much as he regrets failure. And he always reminds us that it is important and right that you should celebrate your achievements. And so, Cesar, thanks to your invitation, that we from across the borders would be here to share this wonderful moment of your 4th book. We have read it and we love it. It leaves us a track record and fingerprints of what a lawyer should be confronted by these difficult challenges of protecting confidential and secret information of their clients. The Chief Justice has an abiding commitment to detail, and he always says, if you can't master the facts, the law will not help you. He has a high ethical standard of life, and he always says, in life, ethics matter, and they matter more profoundly in our profession. And I would not, again, invite you to look at his public record, but you know, commentaries all over about him and his public life reflects a high moral, ethical standard. I say 2 things about him in introducing him. Most important is his belief about balance in life. It's good to be a lawyer, but it's always to be good to be a family man. I'm sure somewhere down his own delivery, he will reflect upon that important balance in life. I'm not being moralistic. Family is one unit of existence. There are many other forms of existence. And my belief in his own value cuts across all those social relationships. He's a man of humility and humbleness. You look at many superstars across the globe. You look at those who have achieved in life, there is an air of some expectation about the recognition that they would want to claim, whatever they are. But not so with my Chief Justice. And lastly, the man who believes in freedom and freeness of thought. Any conversation with him, whether it is on the golf course, whether it is on a plane to London from South Africa, invites creative discussion, where he invites you to release your creativity so that you release your freedom and freeness of thought. Friends and colleagues, there we are. There is Justice Maleka.